evening and many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue with me, Answana Isonyasi. Coming up tonight, we have a roundup of interesting court cases, including an accused drug dealer being granted leave by the court to return to Portugal for the Christmas holiday. And the Westminster Foundation for Democracy, in collaboration with the National Assembly's Environment Committee, organized its second sectoral workshop under its Environmental Democracy Project with National Assembly members and the civil society. 24th January each year is International Day of Education, which observes the role of education for peace and development. And Jordan Cisse, a visually impaired teacher at LK Upper Basic School, has shared that despite the challenges he faces, his condition will not prevent him from pursuing his dreams. And the Resilience Organization for Transformative Smallholder Agriculture Project Roots handed over 15 mobile tricycles to regional vegetable marketing federations and local communities on Friday. Well, stay tuned as we bring you more on these stories. Now, in our latest roundup of court cases, we bring you major developments from the Banjul High Court, where 3 high-profile cases unfolded this week. This compilation by Nicholas Bass is narrated by Julian Jai.
In the first case, the trial of Nadine Ismail de Govera Pereira, a Bissau-Guinean national facing charges of drug dealing, along with her co-accused Pablo Jabi and Mamadou Neto Jabi, resumed this week after Pereira returned to the Gambia following court leave to spend Christmas in Portugal. Her case, which has sparked widespread debate due to perceived leniency granted by the court, featured testimony from key witnesses, including a state witness whose relationship with one of the accused, Pablo Jabi, added a new twist. The witness, a clearing agent, revealed a familiar ties to Jabi and detailed the accused dealing in Guinea-Bissau. However, confusion during cross-examination cast doubts on the reliability of his testimony. Meanwhile, Jabi is also facing separate charges of perjury and falsifying medical documents. Given the amount of drugs involved in the case, the trial continues to draw public and media scrutiny. In our second case, Usainu Bojang is standing trial for the shooting deaths of 2 police officers in 2023 at the Sukuta traffic lights junction. This week, the court admitted key evidence, including the Sukuta police station's diary and a mobile phone linked to the case. Tensions rose as the defense worked to unlock the phone, alleging it had been tampered with while in police custody. An IT specialist was called to assess, but technical setbacks, including a dead battery, delayed proceedings. Bojang claims he recorded his Google account password in a diary at home and requested time to retrieve it. The court granted an adjournment with the next hearing scheduled for February 17, 2025. In our third and final case in this roundup, the High Court handed down a death sentence to Famara Kante, a coconut seller convicted of murdering his neighbor Umar Cisse in a heated dispute over a tea kettle. Prosecutors revealed that Kante stabbed Cisse in the leg following days of escalating arguments leading to Cisse's death from severe bleeding. In his ruling, Justice Ibrahim Ajaite called the crime brutal and cowardly, but noted that his hands were tied by the country's laws, which mandated the death penalty for murder. While President Adama Barrow placed a moratorium on executions in 2018, the ruling underscores ongoing debates about the death penalty in the Gambia. These gripping cases, all compiled by Nicholas Bass of The Voice newspaper, shed light on the complexities of justice and the weight of decisions made in courtrooms. Stay tuned as we bring you updates on these and other developing stories. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.
Now, the Westminster Foundation for Democracy, in collaboration with the National Assembly's Environment Committee, organized its second sectoral workshop under its Environmental Democracy Project with National Assembly members and the civil society on Friday. Alucise has the rest of that story.
The convergence focuses on identifying gaps in existing environmental legislation and policies while examining their broader implications. Tabusar Njai, Country Director of Westminster Foundation for Democracy, highlighted the importance of fostering collaborations to ensure sustainable policies.
WFD deems it necessary and recognizes that there are strong links between action to address climate and environmental crisis and action to strengthen democracy, increase participation of all people in decision-making, and strong environmental rule of law are crucial to delivering action on climate change. Even though we all realize that the Gambia is not a country that contributes to the emission of greenhouse gases, but we are vulnerable to the climate crisis. And as a result, WFD came up with this pilot project to see how parliamentarians can be engaged to contribute to laws that mitigate climate change, but also to help vulnerable people to adapt and build resilience towards the climate crisis.
Participants, including policymakers and environmental experts, engage in in-depth discussions on topics ranging from climate change adaptation to the enforcement of environmental legislations. Yaya Gassama, chairman of the Parliament's Select Committee on Environment, underscored the importance of climate change legislation, citing the threat posed by the menace.
Through consultation and collaboration, we can ensure that policies are not only comprehensive, but also tailored to the needs of the communities on the front lines of the climate crisis. The role of Parliament is also to provide oversight and accountability. We must hold the government, institutions, and stakeholders responsible for their climate commitments and ensure that the strategies and investigations, strategies and interventions that they implement are not only effective, but also equitable.
Famara Jaune, the executive director of Bay Kanyang, which means Equality for All, one of the leading civil society organizations, advocates the need for more progressive legislations to protect the environment.
And it's important that we have the right legal framework to ensure that the issues of climate change are addressed very well. So it's important to bring together members of the National Assembly and civil society organizations to look at the gaps that exist in our current legislation to ensure that our vulnerable population are empowered. If you go to coastal communities in the Gambia, you know how they are suffering as a result of climate change. But also you go to vulnerable communities in Basse and other parts of the country, you see how people are suffering as a result of climate change. So it's important that we have the right legislative framework and then ensure that as National Assembly members and CSOs, we look at the existing legal framework.
Since 2017, the Westminster Foundation for Democracy and the National Assembly have partnered to strengthen parliament structures and processes while promoting greater public engagements in political processes. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
Now, the 24th January each year is International Day of Education, which observes the role of education for peace and development. The theme for this year is AI and Education, preserving human agency in a world of automation. Yafatu Gay spoke to some students and a teacher about the significance of the theme and the day. Here is her report.
The International Day of Education was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2018 to recognize the crucial role education plays in promoting peace and development. The day aims to raise awareness about the importance of ensuring inclusive and equitable education for all, as well as the need for ongoing learning opportunities throughout life. Artificial intelligence, AI, is the simulation of human intelligence processed by machine, especially computer systems. This year's theme highlights the growing intersection of education and technology, urging stakeholders, educators, and communities to reflect on how AI is transforming learning environment and shaping the future of education. It also emphasizes both the positive contributions AI makes to modern education and the potential risk it brings. In the Gambia, as many other developing countries, AI holds significant potential to improving education and provide easier access to information. It can enable personalized learning, address challenges in assessing educational resources, and offer innovative solutions for both teaching and learning. However, as AI and automation becomes increasingly integrated into classroom and educational tools,
It's essential to ensure that these technologies enhance rather than diminish human agency in learning process and avoid creating total dependency on them. Here is Aisa Saho Sisoho and Esa Saidi, students who share their perspectives on artificial intelligence.
AI is actually a blessing. The advent of AI have really changed a lot as far as education is concerned. Because I remember in primary school we have to read, we have to go to the library, do everything. But today with AI, so you can easily just, knowledge is ready-made more or less, you get? It's readily available. The good side of it is that accessibility have become very, very easy. Learning have become very easy. You want to, let's say for instance, you need a template, you just request, make a template of this report writing or research templates, it brings everything to you. So it has made the work of the teachers easier, and then the learning process also a bit easier.
Some of the answers from AI are not reliable, because sometimes if you would go check on the answers thoroughly, you would see sometimes the answers are not correct. Yes, they are not in line, because sometimes I myself, if I do a work like I visit AI, I would go to Google and confirm. Sometimes you would see some differences, especially in the Gambian aspect. So I would tell them not to rely on AI 100%.
Lamin Buba Jata, a teacher, emphasized the importance of the day in advancing the educational system and issued a call to action.
The development aspiration of the country depends on how educated people are. And also our level of political culture, and I'm a political science student, our level of political culture also depends on how educated we are. So if we are not educated, our political culture will be very low. And when we are educated, our political culture will be very, very high. And that will advance the country forward.
According to MOPSI and UNICEF report, in the Gambia, most children, especially girls, now have access to primary school within 2 kilometers from their homes. While access to education may not be a major issue in the Gambia, the Minister of Education still has work to do to ensure relevant quality and education for children. Steps being taken include reviewing the curriculum, enhancing teacher capacity, and improving early childhood education. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatu Gay.
And the report there by Yafatu Gay will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
with us. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25. Yes! Recharge $25 and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day with our Browse with Us promo. With this amazing offer, you can browse, stream, and download all your favorite movies for free. So why wait? Recharge $25 today and enjoy free internet only with QCell between 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus, we innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Following the commercial break, be reminded you're watching QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue with me and Smana Iswanyase. Now, Cherno Cisse, a visually impaired teacher at LK Upper Basic School, has shared that despite the challenges he faces, his condition will not prevent him from pursuing his dreams. He shared these thoughts in an interview with Demba Waiba at his school on Caraba Avenue.
The significance of visually impaired individual teaching in mainstream schools is significant. Their presence in classrooms serves as a strong example for resilience, determination, and overcoming obstacles. One of the key reasons for their involvement in education is to challenge stereotypes and misconceptions about the abilities of people with visual impairments, helping to foster a more inclusive environment where diversity is celebrated. Additionally, their presence encourages empathy and awareness as they work alongside sighted colleagues and students, promoting understanding and respect for differences. Mr. Chernosisi has been visually impaired from a young age, shared his journey in the teaching profession.
According to my mom, when I was 3 months old, I have visual issues. They detected that I have visual challenges. So at that juncture, they were trying to use some traditional herbs, like traditional treatment. So they will have to move me to LRR in a village called Kiang Dumbuto. So that's why I attended most of my primary education.
Visually impaired individuals are often stereotyped as either staying at home or resorting to begging on the streets for survival. However, many have the potential to develop their skills and showcase their talents in various fields of work. For Cherno, being differently able is not a limitation, but rather an opportunity, a stepping stone to achieve greater things.
Being an advocacy officer for Start Now organization, we had a project called Blind Mentors Gambia. So Blind Mentors Gambia responsibility was to go around to the regions, especially in the rural areas, to scout out visually impaired students and give them mobility skills, technology skills, so they can be able to be much more independent at workplace and in the work life that they do.
In today's world, with the rapid technological advancements, especially in the education sector, it is essential to consider persons with disabilities in the development of devices that can enhance their performance and help them execute tasks, particularly in classroom settings. Ms. Khadija Tusi, a colleague of Chernosise at Latskunda Upper Basic School.
It's actually even more interesting and more inspiring to work with someone like Cherno, someone that is visually impaired, someone that has love for the job that he does, because it's like putting two things together. One, you're visually impaired, and the other thing is having to manage kids.
Teaching is a powerful way for individuals to proactively contribute to socio-economic development of any striving community. However, the Gambia's current education system is not designed to accommodate persons with visual impairments, making it difficult to plan effectively and deliver quality lessons that enhance students' understanding. Mr. Cisse's advocacy efforts with the government and NGOs have been instrumental in promoting the welfare of individuals facing challenges, particularly those with conditions like his own.
As a visually impaired in a mainstream school, it's really challenging because if you look at these classroom setups, they are old buildings and mostly they don't have electricity, So I'm urging the government to at least look into that. And visually impaired teachers in mainstream schools should be provided with computers and projectors, like white canes, braille embossers.
As a school teacher, despite being visually impaired, Chernosise stands as a testament to those breaking barriers and a beacon of hope for individuals with impairments. He urges the government and NGOs to seriously consider the needs of individuals with visual impairments in policy decision-making programs, allowing them the opportunity to uplift themselves both socially and academically, and to contribute positively to the building of communities and society as a whole. Demba Waiba, QTV News.
Quite an inspiring piece there, and we still stay with Demba Waiba as he reports again that the Resilience Organization for Transformative Smallholder Agriculture Project Routes handed over 15 mobile tricycles to regional vegetable marketing federations and local communities on Friday. These tricycles are designed to enhance market access and reduce post-harvest losses.
This is another important step by the Roots project to support beneficiaries in their agricultural transportation efforts in the rural areas. The procurement of these tricycles comes at the peak of the vegetable growing season, addressing a critical need. Producers, especially women, often face transportation challenges when moving their harvest from gardens to marketing centers. The support is expected to ease mobility constraints and boost the commercial activities of local gardeners. Momar Aliou Diagne, the Roots project manager, presided over the handover ceremony.
Roots is spearheading an effort to enhance the ability of our marketing federations to deliver on their respective mandates. One key aspect of that mandate is revenue generation to be able to serve its members. Revenue can be generated in many ways, but for Roots, it has to be related to the value chains that we support.
As an umbrella organization, the National Vegetable Growers Cooperative Association, locally known as Tosolaso, was represented by members from the various regional marketing federations. They expressed gratitude for the gesture, calling it a long overdue initiative. Fatoumata Diagne is the vice president of Sosolaso.
I am from Nokunda, and the distance between my village and Farafenya is very far from where we harvest our vegetables. We have to carry it by ourselves using donkey carts for transportation. Sometimes, the containers fall, destroying most of our produce.
Currently, the Roots project is also constructing cold storage facilities across the country. The timely deployment of these tricycles is expected to enhance market access and provide greater economic opportunities for farmers in the regions. Additionally, with the tricycles in use, the distance between the gardens and cold storage facilities will be significantly reduced, helping to minimize post-harvest losses. Fatou Jemmet, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Agriculture, supported the initiative.
That will definitely facilitate the fixing of food system as far as the ministry is concerned. The past 3 years, the Ministry of Agriculture was tasked with the responsibility to convene the transformation of the food system of this country.
Gardeners in the rural areas have traditionally relied on the inconsistent use of human power and donkey carts to transport their vegetables. This often leads to losses in both produce and income due to the highly perishable nature of their crops. With the timely introduction of these tricycles, there is hope that the long-standing transportation challenges will be eased, both in the short term and long term, improving the overall efficiency of the farming process and reducing losses. Demba Waiba, QTV News.
And I'm afraid that's all about it for this bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here's a recap for main headlines. We had a roundup of interesting court cases, including an accused drug dealer being granted leave by the court to return to Portugal for the Christmas holiday. The Westminster Foundation for Democracy, in collaboration with the National Assembly's Environment Committee, organized its second sectoral workshop under its Environmental Democracy Project with National Assembly members and the civil society. 24th January each year is International Day of Education, which observes the role of education for peace and development. Cherno Sise, a visually impaired teacher at LK School, has said that despite the challenges he faces, his condition will not prevent him from pursuing his dreams. And the Resilience Organization for Transformative Smallholder Agriculture Project Routes handed over 15 mobile tricycles to regional vegetable marketing federations and local communities on Friday. That's it for tonight. Join us tomorrow same time for another bulletin. Until then, thanks for watching.